All right, so today we're going to do a thermometer Sudoku. So here's an example thermometer puzzle that I had designed a while back as to be an easy one to introduce people to the ideas. So um, the basic concept of thermometers is you have these lines with a circle at one end, and these are the thermometers, and numbers have to increase moving from the bulb towards the tip. So you could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for example. It doesn't have to be consecutive numbers. You could do 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can skip numbers, but they have to be increasing as you move up. So it's kind of like a thermometer with the bulb at the bottom and the higher numbers at the tip of the thermometer. So um, that's the whole thing. Is just the numbers have to increase. So some things that you can do with thermometers, logic wise, is for example, in this puzzle, if you think about on a thermometer, where could you put a 1 and where could you put a 9? And the only place you can put a 1 on a thermometer is at the bulb. Now, a bulb doesn't have to be a 1. For example, in the center box, we could have a 1 here, and then this could be a 2 maybe. But if you put a 1 on a thermometer anywhere else, say right here, well, that would, and it's showing red because it's not possible, but that means you'd have to have a digit lower than a 1 on the bulb here. Or if you had a 1 down here, then you'd have to have 2 digits lower than a 1. And obviously, there are no digits lower than a 1. So the only place a thermometer can go, or a 1 can go on a thermometer, is on a bulb. Now, similarly for the 9, if we were to put a 9 right here, that would mean there'd have to be a number bigger than the 9 at the tip of this thermometer, and there are no numbers bigger than 9s. So if you have a 1 or a 9 on a thermometer, the 1 has to be at the bulb, the 9 has to be at the tip. Or the 1 and 9 could be, not on the thermometer somewhere. So what that means, if we look at column 6 right here, you'll notice every cell in column 6 is part of a thermometer, one of these 3 thermometers. And we only have one tip and one bulb. And we know that a 1 and a 9 can't go anywhere on a thermometer except for at a tip and a bulb. So we can start by putting a 9 and a 1 in right there. So look for places where the 1 and the 9 are limited. It might not necessarily be limited to one spot like this. You might have a place where, well, there's 2 possibilities. Okay, that's fine. Notate those. That can be helpful. We have the same kind of thing down here in row 9. We can put a 9 here and a 1 here because these are all thermometer cells and there's only one tip and one bulb. Now we can use some normal Sudoku here and say 9 here and here has to be a 9 up here, and we know the 9 can't go in the middle of the thermometer, so the 9 has to be in one of these cells. Now, another thing you can look at is, so we know that the tip of this thermometer normally could be a 9, could maybe be an 8 or something, but we already have the 9 seeing this, so we know that the maximum this thermometer can be now is an 8 at the tip. And so now you have the same kind of situation, but with 8. So now we can't put an 8 on this thermometer anywhere except for the tip, because there'd have to be a number. If we put an 8 here, there'd have to be a number bigger than it, and there can't be because we've already used the 9. So another thing you can do if you kind of get, so we've done the obvious, the 1 and the 9. The other things you can do are, you can start putting in pencil marks if you need to. So for example, if we see how far this could go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has to be at least 7. And we know it can be at most 8. So we can do 7, 8, and then you just sort of work your way down. 6, 7, 5, 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3. And so these are our options. And sometimes what you'll find is you'll put some options in here, and then over here you might have, for example, if we ended up with a 2, 3 right here, now we have a pair, So look for those kind of things to crop up. But we don't actually necessarily have to do those quite yet, because now that we've done the 1 and the 9 in this column, let's think about other numbers like the 2. Where could we put a 2? Could we put a 2 in either of these cells? No, because you'd have to have too many digits less than 2. Can you put a 2 in any of these? Again, you think, well, maybe here, but you'd still have to have 2 digits less than the 2, and there's only 1 digit less than the 2. So actually, this is the only place you can put a 2. Now 3, the next, instinct might be to go for the 3 next, but we could put a 3 up here. You could also put a 3 right here because you could have 1, 2, 3. So we can't quite do the 3 yet, but maybe we can do the 8. Let's see. So you could put an 8 here, obviously, below the 9. This could clearly not be an 8. You'd have to have a digit in between the 8 and the 9. And down here, this one, again, same problem. You can't put the 8 this far away from the 9. So the 8 actually has to be here. And now the 7 could be here or here. It's kind of the same problem as the 3. So we don't quite know on that one yet. But let's fill in some candidates like we did up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be 5, 6, or 7. 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could be as much as 6, or as little as 6, and as much as 8. 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, so let's see if we have any interesting triples or things like that popped up. We've got 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so I don't think we can quite do anything with those yet. What about over here? We've got a couple of 1, 2, 3s. Nope, nothing there yet. Let's see, what else can we do? Let's start looking at our options here. So we know that this can't be a 9 here anymore because of that 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is at least 7, at most 8. So 7, 8, 6, 7, 5, 6, 4, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2. This is a 1 down here. So that has to be at most 2 and can't be a 1. So it's a 2. And now this is going to give us this whole thermometer. And now these two in the middle are going to be 1 and 9. And again, the 1 here. So that's going to give us the 9 and the 1. And now we want to look for any place where these digits that we got affect our options over here. That's going to be this row right here that's going to do it probably. So we've got 3 and 4 there. So this is going to be a 5. And now this can't be 4 because of this 4, and it can't be 5 because of that one. So that's a 6. And obviously between the 6 and the 8, we only have one number. Now these two cells we can't quite resolve yet. But we do know that this one can't be a 1. So the 1 is up here in one of these two cells. So that puts a 1 down here, and it obviously can't be at the tip of the bulb. So we know there's a 1 in one of those. These two 1s are going to put a 1 over here. Can't be in this cell because of this 1, and it can't be on the tip of the thermometer, so this has to be a 1. 1, that puts 1s up here. Let's see, what can we do next? Maybe we should put in our digits over here. We've got a lot of digits here, so I think we're going to put some candidates over here. So actually, before we do that, we could fill in these 3 here, the options. It's 1, 8, 9, and we know this can't be an 8 or a 9 because it's on the bulb of the thermometer, and there's way too many things past it. So this has to be a 1, and those are an 8, 9 pair. So let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This could be as little as 7 normally, but there's already a 7 there, so it has to be an 8, 9. But this one could still be a 6 or 7. And this one is going to be 5. Oh, it's going to have to be 5 because it can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. And it can't be smaller than a 5 because you need 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers below it. So this is going to be a 5. And that's going to force 4, 3, 2 because those are we need all those digits to fill in there. So that's going to put a 6, 7 right here, give us a 6, 7 pair. This 2 here is going to remove those 2s. So we have 3, 4 pair there, so we can do that. This 5 here, we should have updated our pencil marks up there. Gives us the 6, and that gives us the 7 and the 8. And 1, 2, 3. So this is a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's see, what else can we do? We've got our 6, 7, and our 8, 9 here. All right, let's look at, we didn't update these pencil marks either, the 7 here. And now, since we removed the 7 here, it doesn't affect this cell, because this one's still bigger, but it affects the smaller ones. If this is at most 6, then this one can't be a 6. Because it would have to be a number bigger than it in the next cell. So we can remove that 6, and this 5, and this 4, and this 3. And now we have a 1, 2 pair in this column. So that's going to make this a 3 or a 4. And that gives us a 3, 4 pair in this box, which removes the 3 there and gives us a 2 and a 1. And that's going to reflect back up here to the 2 and the 1 there. And this 3 and 4 pair also here is going to give us a 5 right there, because that can't be a 4 anymore. 6. That's 6. This is going to be a 7, 8 pair right here. 7, 8. So 3, 4, 5, and 9 is what we're going to have up here. All right, let's see, what can we do next? Let's look at our options in here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This could be as little as 6. Except it can't, because we've got 5 and 4 over here. So, which you'll notice that actually made this red, but we should have noticed it anyways. But so let's think about what the minimums this could be. 2, 3. We can't use 4, 5, or 6, so we could go 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So it's actually going to have to be that, because if we skip the number, then we'd run out of options, because we got all the way to the 9 at the tip. So now up here, these two are going to be 2 and 9, just what's left in the column. And obviously the 2 can't be this far along a thermometer, so that's going to have to be the 9 and the 2. And now this 2 and this 2 puts a 2 up here. And normally it could be the second digit on a thermometer with the 1 here, but we already have the 2 down here. So these two are going to be a 1, 2 pair. Now let's see, what else can we do? So if this is a 1, 2 pair, and we know this one can't be a 2, so this is at minimum 3. We've already got a 3 here, so this is a minimum of 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we've already got the 8. So 4, if we're doing the minimums, it would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, which means we can't skip any, because we would run out of options. All right, and these are 3, 8 here. And this 9 here is going to give us a 9 in the middle box. It's going to be a 3, 4, 5. That's going to put 3, 4, 5 over here, but this one can't be a 3 because of the 3 down below. All right, let's look at this column over here where we've got 6 of them already. These are going to have to be 7, 8, and 9. This one can't be a 9. Well, partly because of this and partly because it's not on the tip of the bulb. So one of these two is this 9 here. 9, 8, in fact, is going to make this a 7. Which is going to give us the 8 and the 9 there. This 8 gives us the 7 and 8 there. Let's see. Let's look at this row down here. We're only missing 2 digits, 4 and 5, and obviously they have to be, since they're both on the thermometer, they have to be in ascending order, moving away from the bulb and towards the tip. So now this can be 1, 2, or 3. They have to be smaller than the 4. This one can't be a 1, and this one can't be a 3 because they have to get bigger. Now we've got a 1, 2 pair here. Doesn't look like it's going to help us much right now, though. This 7 here gives us the 6 and 7. And this 9 gives us 8 and 9 there. And this 8 now with the 3, 8. Now we've got the 1, 2. This is going to have to be a 3. It's the only one left in the column. This 3 here gives us a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1. And it looks like we're missing a 6. This 3 with the 3, 4. And that's going to give us a whole bunch of digits. Now we have a 4, 5 pair in this box up here, which means this is going to be a 3. We could have figured that out because it was the only one left in the column anyways. But let's see, we've got 4, 5. No, not 4. 4 is over here. So this is a 5. 4, 5, 3. All right, let's see. What do we have left in this row? 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. And they have to be in order since they're on the thermometer. Now we're missing 4 and 6 in that box. That leaves 6 down here and 4 and 5. There we go. And our timer turned green because we filled all the digits in. So there you go. That's how to do a thermometer puzzle. So look for places where the 1 and the 9 are limited. And then if you have a 1 and a 9, look for places where the 2 and the 8 are limited, like we had here and down in this bottom row. And then if that doesn't work, then you can start filling in candidates. Just kind of look at what the minimum that the top digit can be and the maximum the bottom digit can be based on how many numbers you need in there, and sort of fill in the chain and look for pairs and triples and things like that. And hopefully you enjoyed today's puzzle, and I'll see you tomorrow.